Hello world, Shelly here, and it's time for another episode of Foundation Fest, and today I'm going to check out from number 7, the Restore and Renew Multi-Action Serum Foundation. Retails for $15.99 for 1 fluid ounce or 30 mils of product. Described as designed by science, defined by you. Tackle the advanced sides of aging with this multitasking age-defying foundation with broad spectrum SPF 20, enriched with number 7's Restore and Renew Serum technology, Matrixyl 3000 plus. I'm a fan of that. Firming and brightening complexes, it instantly conceals fine lines and wrinkles, age spots, uneven texture, and tone for skin that appears lifted and firmer over time with continued use. Dun dun dun! I count 18 different shades. This one is the shade Cool Vanilla. And let's take a look at this one swatched against a few others in my collection. Swatch time! First up is today's foundation from number 7, the Restore and Renew Serum Foundation in shade Cool Vanilla. Second is from Estee Lauder, the Double Wear Stay in Place in 1C1 Cool Bone. Third up, I've got MAC Studio Sculpt in NW15. Fourth is Wet n Wild Tinted Hydrator in Fair. And last I've got from Misha, the Perfect Cover BB Cream in 21. I've already cleansed, moisturized, and sunscreened this 47-year-old face. This does have SPF in it, but it's a combo SPF that has chemical and mineral components to it. I always wear full SPF underneath my makeup, even if my foundation has SPF in it, because I feel like you are never or very, very rarely going to apply enough of a coverage product like this evenly across your face to get the full stated SPF. So always wear your SPF underneath, even if you've got some SPF in your foundation. I will go in on one side with a damp sponge. The other side I've got my e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. Let's take a look at the consistency of this one. This goes on with pretty light coverage with a sponge. They claim that this is light to medium coverage, so that implies it's buildable. And it does go on nice and evenly. There's no added fragrance in this, and it doesn't smell like anything to me. I would say we are getting pretty light coverage. There's just a little bit of redness correction I can tell happening, but I can still see my sunspots poking through. Let's try the brush side. This blends out and applies really easily with the brush. I think I prefer the brush application. It just seemed to give me a little bit better coverage, a little bit more smoothly, and a little bit more quickly. I do think the brush side is showing a bit more coverage than the sponge side. The sponge side looks fine, so if you are going for that sheer to light look, you can probably go ahead with the sponge. But I kind of like how the brush came out quickly. I used a little bit more product than I had started with, so I'm going to come over here and try to even out the coverage a little bit and get some of my sunspots. I'm going to use just a smidgy more, and because I've been using my foundations as concealer as well, so we might as well test that out with this one and see how that goes. Why not, right? I love it because not only does it save me a step, but I feel like it's been looking less cakey under my eyes than some concealers. I do have, my handful of favorite concealers, but I really enjoy not having to take the extra step. It's nice to be able to just pop one product on and go out the door. This seems to build very nicely. I see no signs of anything caking up or not building, and I think we did get some increased coverage. My sunspots are barely visible now. I think this is probably my Not Dead of Winter shade. I don't usually have a perfect color match in number 7, which is probably my only complaint with their foundations, because I've had good luck with just generally wearing their foundations. It's just, you know me and shade matching. I have so many foundations that if I don't have a good shade match, I'm not really likely to go to the effort of combining and mixing shades unless I absolutely love the formula. But this one, I think this will be good for me for most of the year. Dead of winter, it's probably a little too dark, and I'm still dead of winter coloring right now, but most of the year, I think we will be okay. Let's zoom in and take a look at how this is going. I really like the finish on this. It's enough coverage that you can, like they claimed, minimize some of the discoloration and uneven skin tone and things like sun damage like I've got, but it doesn't look heavy. It doesn't look super makeup-y. It has a semi, like, satin matte finish. It's not super dewy, but it's not flat either. I feel like there's still some dimension to the skin. And it seems to be doing well with pores and texture. Slight blurring on both. They're not invisible, but I think it's doing a good job at concealing them. I really like how this looks right out of the gate. Let's check the time. It is 1:21. Let me go put the rest of my face on. I'll be right back. Back with the number 7 Restore and Renew. I always want to say renew and restore, and I always mess it up, which is why I keep looking at the bottle. Everything applied fine. Did not have to set this with powder. I am seeing no issues in terms of settling into lines. Nothing like that's happening. So far so good. Powder's blended just fine. No real surprises on my mug. I am wearing the Flower Beauty bronzer in Heat Wave. Heat Wave, yes. And the Flower Beauty blush in Warm Hibiscus. I am trying out for the first time some of the new Gwen Stefani stuff. Wearing the eye palette. My only complaint is it doesn't have a shimmer in there, although it shouldn't because it's hers and she's like the queen of the matte pinup eye look, so I get it. But I did add some glitter from the Rock Candy palette from ColourPop. Of course, the glitter got all over the place. I regret nothing. I'm also wearing the Gwen Stefani matte liquid lip. I think she only has a few... Oh, I need Sherlock. I cannot read what this shade is. There's only a few shades. And, oh, it's totally upside down. Original recipe. I haven't worn a red lip in a while, so that's exciting. And mascara is Flower Beauty Lash Warrior. That's about it for starting out this day. I'm going to go about my business. I will be back in a bit with a daylight check-in. I'm going to go eat a sandwich for lunch, which will test out this liquid lip, just in case you're curious. Yeah, I'm going to go about my day. I'll come back with a daylight check-in in a bit, and I will come back tonight, give you guys my final thoughts. Well, Jeep check-in. I'll check in outside when I get home, but just want to show you I just had lunch, and this is what's left of the Gwen lipstick. So it's not exactly transfer proof, but held up pretty good. Didn't really get all over the place, and that's a win for me. Hey guys, we are about 4 hours in, and I just got a good look at everything inside, and everything looks fine. No real wear to speak of. You know, I still have my allergies, so I'm always messing with my nose, but yeah, this is definitely my summer shade. But that was kind of my intention when I bought it, because I am dreaming of summer and wishing it was summer, and try to get the best light on me. There we go. This is where we are at. About halfway through the day. Ta-da! I'll be back tonight and we'll wrap this up. 10:06 p.m. That puts us just approaching the 9-hour mark. We are almost there. Let's take a look at how the number 7 Restore and Renew held up. It looks almost identical to when I applied it. And for 9 hours later, and I had to blow my nose a few times. What else is new? Hello, allergy season. And when it's not allergy season, it's winter. Yeah, anyway. Noses. Foundation, though. Pretty stoked about what's going on right now, especially considering it's like a matte-ish formula, which, for it not to feel dry, very impressive. Feels great. Super lightweight. Super lightweight. Doesn't feel like anything. Let's zoom in and get a look. like I said, I feel like it almost looks identical to when I applied it. The only thing I've got is more glitter on my face, and Ziva needs to stop clawing my chair. And aside from fallout from glitter, not much has changed. I think it still looks beautiful in terms of coverage. I might be missing a little bit of coverage on my chin, but I also did eat 2 meals in which I probably dabbed my face because, let's face it, I am a clumsy, messy eater as well. And blush, bronzer, highlight is still intact. Tiny bit of coverage missing on my nose, but as I said, I blew my nose several times. Forehead looks fine. Nothing's caking up. Nothing's gunking up. Nothing's really vanishing. It all still looks like it's intact, and everything just looks like it's still there. It almost looks the same as when I applied it. It looks really good. Honestly, my only complaint is that I don't have a good shade match in number 7's shades. But on the plus side, their shades are consistent from one product to the next. So if you do know what your shade is in one of their foundations, you're probably going to be happy sticking with the same thing because they name them consistently and they stay consistent throughout. If I had to give a grade to the Restore and Renew, I think it's good for dry skin. Feels plenty hydrating. I think it's good for maturing skin. We don't have any issues going on with settling into lines. It's smoothing some texture. It's blurring some pores. I am going to give it an A. It's a pretty doggone good foundation. There's some great skincare in it. We have some retinol in there with the Matrixyl. We got some vitamin C in there. There's no added fragrance. We have good SPF. All right. This is probably, I'm going to have to check my spreadsheet, but I think this is probably the highest rated number 7 foundation that I've tried. I think it is. I think it is. I really like this. I really like this. All right. All right. We're going with an A. We're happy. We're happy today. There you have it. Another episode of Foundation Fest is in the books. Let me know. Have you tried this one? Let me know what you think. I picked mine up at Target. Let me know if you've tried it. Let me know what else you would like to see. Put your requests in the comments. I keep a running list. I buy them every chance I get. And as always, thanks a lot for taking some time out of your day to geek out over makeup with me. I appreciate your time, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day or night wherever you are in the world. Take care of each other. Bye-bye.